minute or two here to see if anybody wants to jump in and watch the live video. We're doing a live chat today. I have all kinds of stuff on my mind and need to do a fishing report. Now it seems like, sorry, my eye looks like it's kind of squinty in the camera. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe maybe it's just one of those allergy things. I'm not sure. Anyway, things are kind of crazy weather-wise here at Lake Fork and in North Texas. Let me get straightened up here. Where we go from cold to uh, warm to hot to like at night. At night you may have your heater on and your electric blanket, and then in the morning or at lunchtime you have on the air conditioning. That's it's kind of funny, and that of course affects the way the fish are moving around as well. So you'll go out one afternoon when it's been real warm all day, and you'll have I've released a video the other day. I mean, I went out and I caught tons of fish. I didn't even get the big one I caught on video. Unfortunately, it was probably around 6 pounds, 5 6 pounds, something like that. Uh, Beautiful fish, and I keep catching decent fish. They're not huge or anything, but they're decent fish for especially for fly rod. And what I'm doing right now is now a lot of these guys are just going and they're just fishing bedding fish. Oh my gosh! I mean, you can go around this lake and see fish on beds everywhere. Well, guys, I gotta tell you something. I just think it's kind of chicken shit. I mean, if you want to just go sit there for 2 hours and pull a big female off of bed just so you can take her picture, I guess that's okay. But I don't know. I just think it's kind of sad when I come into our little cove here and there's like um, I don't know, 10 guides in here fishing the same 10 beds all day long. They just rotate around one after another and hit the same fish over and over and over to wear them out. And I don't know if that has any kind of a negative effect on the fish. It may. I'm not sure. I just kind of not a big fan of it. I wish we could just find a way to leave the fish alone while they're bedding. Let them bed. One more fish. In theory, who knows? Definitely don't like them being pulled off the beds during tournaments where they're going to be removed from the area and uh, hey Brad, how you doing? Brian, I'm sorry, I can't read it. I think it's Brian. Hi, thanks for joining the chat. Thanks for sending me a message. I appreciate it. Um, right now, I did an interesting thing yesterday on Lake Fork, and I think this will hold up on most lakes in North Texas. The weather's been about the same. Russia, say hi to Russia, please. Hi, Russia. I don't know if we're talking about the country of Russia. Montage. Hello, how are you? Um, Talking about the country of Russia. Well, hello, Russia. I hope things are going good there, and I hope you have as beautiful weather as we do. I'd love to come visit you someday. Anyway, let's talk about what's going on these lakes out here in North Texas, because they're all pretty much the same. We've had the same heat. We're all a little bit low. We've had a lot of evaporation. Haven't had much rain the last few months. We haven't had the rain that we would really like to have. It looks like it may be coming now, and also it's super windy. It's very windy out here, and so if you're a fly fisher, that wind can be a heck of a challenge. And so I used to say hi to China. Hi, China. Um, if you wait on the wind in the springtime in North Texas to fly fish, then you are going to be waiting until June, because that's when it quits blowing typically. Last year it kept blowing all summer, so that didn't really hold up. I fished the wind. Yesterday I went out and I fished a windy point and a windy bank, and I caught fish. And actually, I don't rate my success on how many fish I get in the boat because I'm a fly fisherman. I rate a lot of my success and my enjoyment, which is my success, um, and how many strikes I get. You know, how many. I always am going to get a lot of misses with the fly rod. That just seems to be how it goes. And so I am happy to tell you that I missed. I missed about 5 or 6 fish yesterday. I got 2 in the boat. I got one on video. I'll get around to editing that and boost and putting that out here soon. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking a bait fish imitation, like a hollow tide streamer, which I know I talk about a lot, but it's I like using them because they imitate a bait fish, and I catch fish with them. That's the main thing. And I'm also using and let me get back to that. I digress. The hollow tie streamer, I'm going to anchor my boat, and I have, an electronic anchor, and I'm going to anchor my boat, and I'm going to work an area in the wind. I want to work around stumps, and I want to work near shallow water right now, real shallow water, because I want to fish windy banks, windy points, and I'll find pockets of fish. And that's what I did yesterday. I found a pocket of fish, and I did pretty good. I had a good time. Now it's a lot of work. It's a pain in the ass, but boy, you'll catch fish. And so try that streamer doing that, and then if the wind lies down on you, if the water gets flat, then pull out a top water, because a lot of times they're going to be real active in there. I find that what's happening is they're following the bait fish that are blowing into the bank, and they're feeding on them. And one of the ways that I decide whether or not I want to fish that area is I'll see the little tail flippers. I see little shad flipping the water, or maybe I'll see a shad jumping out. Yesterday I saw 2. I didn't know if there were small schools of fish. It could have been just a couple of fish chasing shad out of the water. So they're already starting to school. So right now on Lake Fork, we're talking about a week ago. I told you pre-spawn, spawn, and post-spawn. I think the pre-spawn's probably over. I would think the spawn's probably got a couple more weeks. We're going to have a big change here in the next 48 hours, because we're going to have a full moon, and our first full moon this time of year really moves bass up into beds, gets those females up ready to go, and things change really for the season. And so make sure, and if you can get out in the next few days, do that. Now, top water has become really good from time to time, and where I'm getting my fish is I'm fishing late in the evening when the wind's laid down the most, and I can fish at top water effectively. And man, I can really get some fish. It almost seems like all of the fish turn on at once. It really does seem that way. You'll be in a little cove or an area, and all of a sudden you'll see fish bust in the water, chasing baits around, chasing fish, running out from the grass. You'll just see a bunch of movement going on, and that's the time to pull out that top water. Like I say, the other day I did really good, and I haven't really had the chance since then because the wind's been blowing all night. We haven't really had a break from the wind, and I think it's going to be that way most of this week. We may have our weather change coming in. I think we're going to have some rain and some stuff like that, which will also really help. So try that, whatever lake you're on. Try fishing those windy points with a subsurface bait that's a bait fish imitation, and it could be a crawfish. It could be even a clouser would work really good. So if you have a real windy point, wind's blowing really hard, but you want that bait to get down under the water and become a subsurface bait, a clouser's a really good choice. use a yellow or a white, something that would imitate a bait fish. And I'm finding that depending on the watercolor, yellows and greens and whites, they're all they're all working pretty good for me from time to time. And so I like changing colors up a little bit. I also, if you strip it right, there was an old practice that we used to use. I guess I still do in conventional fishing, where we use suspended bait. So we'd throw a rogue or a big plastic, um, fishy looking lure out there, and then now back in my day, we had to put some solder on it to make it suspend. But you'd pull it under the water, and it'd go down maybe 12 inches, and then you would just let it sit there and float back to the top real slow. And man, we caught a lot of fish. Now I use the same thing, the same idea with these streamers that I like to throw. And so when I'm stripping them down, I'm pausing them. I'm going to give it a good hard strip so it kind of turns it, gives it some movement, and then I'm going to just pause it and let it hang there. And a lot of times that's when they hit it. There's something about that suspended bait that they really will go after. So give that a try. Try any sort of a frog pattern around, particularly around grass, in the evening when they're feeding. If you when you start hearing the frogs chirping, that's a good time to pull that bait out, because the bass hear them too. I guarantee you they know when they're out there. So give that a try. Also, folks, when you're out here on these lakes, be super careful. Remember that it can get real dangerous out there in the wind, and it also beats your equipment up pretty good. So take it easy. Don't get too big a hurry. If you get out on the water and the wind picks up, and you find yourself up in a bunch of really big waves you weren't expecting or something like that, slow down. I mean, some boats you want to speed up. Some boats you want to get on top of those waves. You want to just give it more gas and get going, get on top of those waves. But some boats you want to just slow down, like mine, because mine's an aluminum boat. And when I get in that rough water, man, it'll bang you up pretty good, and your equipment that's in the boat. So I just slow down, take my time, and try to get in the swells. Don't try to go over them, try to go with them. So you go parallel per, you go parallel with the swells, and you try to get in between them if that's the right direction for you. And a lot of times you're going to have to, a really good plan is when you're planning on where you're going. Now I'm down here on the dam end of Lake Fork, so I'm down in the big water, and I have to kind of plan out exactly how I want to come and go depending on the wind. And I can go a certain direction and know that when I go out and I come back, I'm not going directly into the rough water. I'm kind of going at an angle to it, or I'm going where I can go parallel in those swells. And it really makes a difference in, in the smoothness of the ride and that type of thing. So give that a try. Give that a try, and be safe. Wear your life jacket, and please wear your kill switch. A lot of people get in trouble every year. They don't wear the kill switch. I don't understand it. If you get thrown from the boat, the water's warm enough. You're not going to freeze to death here anyway. But the boat will kill you. So if you're wearing your kill switch and you fall out of the boat, it turns the engine off, and you can get back to the boat and get going again. That's the whole point of the kill switch. Wear your kill switch. I don't know why people don't do it. It's crazy. I also don't understand why I see so many people without life jackets, even in a big boat. It's just a good idea. It's no big deal wearing a life jacket. Just put it on, and then you take it off when the boat, when you're ready to fish or ski or whatever you're doing. Well, when you're skiing, you're going to wear a life jacket, but you know what I'm saying. Um, Wear your life jacket, wear your kill switch, be safe, watch out for other boaters, and have a great time on the lake. That's what it's here for. This is Alex Guthrie signing off. This is my weekly fishing report. Oh, almost forgot to tell you, the crappie are biting. I'm catching crappie in shallow water with my fly rod. It's a lot of fun. Give it a try. Next week we'll talk about crappie and catfish, and how we're planning on fishing for them. And brim. Brim's coming up too. Man, I love this time of year. Y'all have a great day. I gotta figure out how to turn it off. Oh, there we go.